everybody, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today I'm going to do a warm-up routine. So I'm going to do kind of a little voiceover, and I think it'll be really fun, and let me know if you guys like it. So I got myself a Red Bull, and let's get this going. So I had just gotten on him, and I go ahead and flex their head both ways, making sure to really stretch out their neck. And then I go ahead and straighten it out and walk him out of it, making sure to tip his nose into whatever way I'm going into my circle. Then I make sure to do lots and lots of bending of his neck, making sure all of his body is wrapping around my inside leg. I do this both ways and make sure our circles are nice and small, as well as making sure his head doesn't come up and arch. I want his body to stay relaxed and for him to be nice and comfortable doing this. One thing I always make sure is he is bending nice and soft to the inside when I pull that rein, as well as he's wrapping around and his inside front foot drives forward and into the circle. Now here I'm going to do a counter bend, which helps me get a little bit more of his hip. And I want his leg to really drive forward. And you can see him trying to push that right hock into the circle. And I go ahead and let him go the correct direction, still allowing him to bend. Now we're going to do our counter bend the other way, making sure his outside hock is driving into the circle. And now we're going to do everything that we just did at the trot. I make sure his nose is super soft. You can see there he got a little bit nervous when I picked up and then immediately was like, oh, okay. And then I bump his inside nose and he comes right around. I really make sure to use my outside leg when I'm doing this to make sure he bends around my inside leg, making almost a crescent shape around my leg. He's still young, so he's still getting the hang of it, but he's definitely getting there. Now right here, I went to push him into the circle, and he kicked his hip out, so I went ahead and bumped his nose in a little bit more and pushed my outside leg into him to make sure he pushed his hip in. He understood it super well and went ahead and did it. Now I'm going to go ahead and do my counter bends the other way. Make sure his hips are underneath himself. Also making sure he doesn't get nervous and start putting his head up, which he did super well here and went around super pretty. Here's his counter bend to the left. He does a lot better to the left as well. He kind of struggles both ways, but he gets there. So now I'm going to make sure my woe's working, so I'm going to downward transition him. He walked into it super good. Say a word and make him come back. I bumped his face a little bit and flagged my legs at him, which made him come back, and told him, hey, you got to come back a little quicker. Then I went ahead and trotted him out and did it again. This gelding is a really weird mix of being super dull and lazy, but also very sensitive and ready to go. So it's been weird to ride him, but it's been super fun learning how, and him being young has been a super cool learning experience for me. So now I'm going to go ahead and lope. Again, same thing as the trot, making sure to bend his nose to the inside. Now right here, his head was a little bit higher than I would have liked, so I bumped him and he brought it right back down. He looked super pretty coming through center. I really like where his head's at, but I did go ahead and bump him. He wasn't quite turning as quickly as I would have liked. Now I'm going to go ahead and make sure all of our steering's working and make him turn into it, making sure his head stays relaxed and his hips stay underneath him. Then I lope him out of it and let him go around. He looked super, super nice. And then I make sure our brakes are working, which he stopped super good there. Was a little hard on the front end. Now I'm going to lope the other way, doing the exact same thing as I did to the left. Now you're going to see me pick him up a little bit. He was drifting. And then I'm going to test our brakes. He fell on his front end, so I went ahead and bumped his face, which got him off of my hand. So that was our warm-up, and now I'm going to go ahead and show you guys a couple of our stops from that day. So here they are. Let me know if you like videos like this so I can do more in the future if you do. So, as always, take care of yourself, and I will see you guys in next week's video. Bye!